From West Deptford High School, Comcast Cable presents Colonial Conference Basketball. Today, the Eagles of West Deptford High School hosting the Knights of Sterling Regional High School. Hi everybody, I'm Bob Shryock along with Shawn Leary from West Deptford High School. Shawn, a game that has tremendous playoff implications for West Deptford and Sterling in the role of spoiler.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. West Deptford wins today, they're in the playoffs. For Sterling, their playoff hopes came to an end on Thursday night when they had a 1-point loss at the buzzer to Collingswood. So it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to that. But for West Deptford, it all lies on today. Beating a very good Sterling team whose record at 7-9 doesn't indicate how well this team is playing will be key to whether their season continues at the end of the regular season.
And you got to worry about a team like Sterling today, Shawn, because their coach Bill Hiltner has won over 500 games in his career. They'll be out for the upset today.
Yeah, and you look at this team and they have plenty of weapons on it. A bunch of kids who came up from JV at the beginning of the year. But right now, it's Brennan, Jack Brennan. He's the guy that's really been the key to this team. He can score a lot of points. He's getting a lot of rebounds. A big kid who can take up a lot of space in the paint. He broke his nose early in the season, in the preseason. Came back and struggled. You wear that nose guard, sometimes it affects your peripheral vision. Really affected him early on. But he's really starting to play a lot better. One of the keys for Sterling's success as the season has moved to the midpoint is one of the things that he's been able to accomplish, playing a little bit better basketball in the paint.
And Shawn, West Deptford was one of the really outstanding players in all of Gloucester County, A.J. Greenwald.
Yeah, Greenwald's a special talent. He's a kid who can slash, make other players better around him. He's a guy who can dish and deliver to his teammates, but he can also get the outside shot. He's a pure scorer. And you look at him, he's not a guy it looks like he's going to light up the gym, but he really can. He's got terrific ball handling skills, and he can break down a defender, which makes him so difficult to defend, especially at a high school level. Obviously, when you have a guy like that, Sterling will have to key on him, who have to have a big game. Also, going to need to get others involved if West Deptford's going to be able to beat this team.
Okay, should be a good one. West Deptford battling for their playoff lives right after this. Bob Shryock and Shawn Leary at West Deptford High School. West Deptford and Sterling playing today in a key Colonial Conference game for West Deptford. West Deptford team being introduced.
At forward, 6'2", junior number 42, Pat Budd. At forward, 6'4", junior number 34.
Pat Budd going to get the start tonight. There he is. Kid who can shoot that little jumper from the outside.
The junior number 24, A.J. Greenwald. Heading guard, the senior number 14.
Greenwald, the playmaker right there. Schulte's the 4-year starter. One of the few seniors on this team. It's a very young West Deptford team. Getting into the playoffs will be monumental for this program, especially with all that experience that these kids will get. See Sterling with Markeith Palmer and Brian Gunning, the guards, Gabe Albanese, Jaheim Taylor, the forwards, and Big Jack Brennan man the middle for Sterling.
The officials for today's game, Bill Edelman working with George Golding. Should be a good one, Shawn. Even though neither team has a chance in the Colonial this year, West Deptford has its playing hopes riding on this contest, so they're going to be all up. But that's a tough situation because Sterling is in a great spoiler role.
Yeah, I mean, this is a decent Sterling team. Although they had 4 JV members come up and have to fill varsity spots for the graduators from last season, the graduating seniors from last season. They've done well and they seem to play better basketball at the end of this year. For West Deptford, the goal of the season was really to make the playoffs. It's all come down to today. And this is a West Deptford team that beat Sterling earlier in the year, 66-56. And just a good basketball team that plays good fundamentals. They don't have a big guy, but they do have Greenwald, who's a playmaker.
And Sterling controlling the opening tip. That's Gunning with the ball, runs the attack. West Deptford sitting up in a 2-1-2 zone. And the first shot of the game is a three that's missed. The rebound by Greenwald. Good pass. Good defense. And the loose ball picked up by Palmer of Sterling. Just underway, no score.
That's encouraging, though, for West Deptford to see Greenwald be able to get into transition. You just need teammates to try and finish that play off.
Good move in the paint, and the shot banked home nicely by Gunning. It's 2-0 Sterling.
Well, Gunning's a kid. People might remember his older brother, Calvin, now playing in North Carolina Division II team, Livingston.
And a jump ball, it'll stay with West Deptford.
Calvin was a real good basketball player for Coach Bill Hiltner. Now Brian coming in playing the point.
Schulte's inbounding for the Eagles. And it's still West Deptford ball. The ball tipped out of bounds.
You see, those are the little things. There you see Pat Villar, and he hollers bounce pass. His 5th season. He's done a real nice job with this program. Family big into basketball. His brother is an assistant coach at Deptford.
Three-pointer by Schulte's gives West Deptford a 3-2 lead.
You get a look at him. See Hiltner in the background there.
Not sure why they blew the whistle here, Shawn.
Might have thought Hiltner was calling a timeout. He said, "No, it wasn't me."
Gunning inbounding. They got it to Brennan. Foul before the shot.
See Brennan coming into your picture. He's a big guy. I mean, there's very, very big matchup problem for West Deptford. They're going to need to box out.
Brennan with the rebound. Tries a reverse layup. This is followed nicely by Taylor, and it's 4-3 Sterling. Good ball movement. And the shot hit by McShane. And it's 5-4 West Deptford.
McShane with decent size, but you can see he's got a nice touch from the perimeter. You see so much of that, Bob, in high school basketball. And you remember back in the day, you had the big guys. That's what they did. They played in the paint, and they really didn't stray too far from that area. Now these big guys, you got guys like Darius Quall, 6'5". He's got a nicer stroke as anybody. And that's just the way the game has changed. Quall's from Paulsboro, those who don't know.
Nice job by Palmer moving inside for the shot in the basket. 6-5 Sterling. Fast start to this game. Greenwald dishes off and change from the other corner and in and out. And a rebound taken by Taylor. And a rebound by McShane. Greenwald hasn't taken a shot yet. He's averaging over 20 a game for the Eagles.
Not a real good decision that time. Gunning on that jumper, Bob. There was no one underneath the net for an offensive rebound. Probably hurrying that shot a little too much.
Albanese with a foul. The inbounds pass by Schulte's. Fall away, no good. And Brennan with the ball for Sterling, which has a 6-5 lead. Good ball movement by the Knights. Left-handed shot no good. Rebounded by Schulte's. 4:55 to play first quarter. 6-5 Sterling. Greenwald. Three-pointer nailed nicely by Schulte's. And it's 8-6 West Deptford.
So that's what Greenwald will do for you, Bob. He'll be able to break down his defender, draw help from the Sterling defense, and then you get a wide open shot. Well played by Greenwald. That's what I talk about, making guys around you better. That's what he does, gives them open looks.
Brennan steps on the baseline of the West Deptford ball. 4:23 to go in the first quarter. 8-6 lead for the West Deptford Eagles, trying to go 9-9 and make the playoffs. Blind pass, errant pass. And that's a great pass for the easy left-handed layup by Albanese on the feed from Palmer, and we're tied at 8. Bud was out of bounds when he took that pass. It'll be a turnover to Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big game for West Deptford, Bob. Two lackadaisical plays right there. You see Coach Hiltner, 30th season, 525 wins. Excellent coach in the Colonial Conference, and he's had some really fine basketball players in his program.
Greenwald 1 against 3. He's fouled on the way in. No shot. Call made by Bill Edelman. The officials today, Shawn, are using blue whistles. That's in the Officials Against Cancer program that's nationwide. Greenwald tries to reverse. Good job moving inside among 3 or 4 players. Greenwald gets his first basket. That's a blue whistle. 10-8 for West Deptford. Timeout.
So that just proves they're good guys, right? They're trying to help out there. And a lot of people I know get on them. Yeah, it's a thankless job. You know, you're always trying to get on the refs. We talked about that actually before the game. But you know, these guys are coming out, and I think overall, I think they've done in the games that we've covered, I think the refs have done a pretty nice job.
Underappreciated, Shawn.
Yeah. You guys who love the game, right? They love the game. They're trying to do their part to keep sports, which we think is one of the best things for young people. Keeps sports, keeps kids active. Basketball, great game.
Brennan, good job by Brennan inside. We're tied at 10. Brennan 6'6", using his height advantage to hit the basket.
You can see there that you have Palmer.
Good offensive rebound to put back by Shoulders, but the ball taken by Taylor. Call blocking foul.
It's a horrible call.
What would you just say? 2:46 to play first quarter, 10-10 tie.
Getting back to Palmer, and he's going to be shadowing Greenwald. Every step that Greenwald takes, you're going to find Palmer there. He's getting a start today for the first time.
Greenwald using his body nicely, getting the basket. It's 12-10, and Greenwald has hit his first 2 shots.
You can see there, Palmer's the best on-the-ball defender for Sterling, but Greenwald using his body effectively and just a natural scorer. Doing it ever since he's been a kid.
It'll be a traveling call on Sterling. It'll be West Deptford ball. West Deptford up by 2 with 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Greenwald picked up in the backcourt by Palmer. That's the double team.
They'll try to get the ball in his hands, but if he breaks it.
Brennan rebounds the miss by Greenwald.
Well, you like him at that spot on the floor to get that soft jumper to go. He had an open player on the wing, didn't get the dish. Nice stroke.
Good stroke by Taylor, tied again. It's a third tie, 12-12.
Taylor's a tough kid, played football, two-way starter.
Ford hit a good look, but misses the layup. Wide open for the easy shot. The miss, however, Greenwald rebounds. Shoulders will be called for travel.
Gets a couple changes now for Sterling. Looks like Gabe Albanese is going to come back into the game. Also coming in, Sassam Blackwell. Going to give Taylor some minutes. Sit on the bench, cool off.
Brennan, a good dish off. Brennan, offensive rebound. And he's fouled. Brennan doing a good job under the boards.
Nice thought there, too, with the pass.
No, he fouled before the shot. Brennan using his body again, gets the easy layup. 14-12 as Sterling recaptures the lead. And the three-pointer hit by McShane. He's hit one from each corner. 15-14 West Deptford.
Yeah, McShane, he's the biggest player on West Deptford, but still has that nice stroke from the outside. And you talk about matchup problems, but that's a matchup problem also for Brennan. As a big guy likes to play down toward the paint, but you have McShane hitting 2 of the 3 out of 4 3-pointers that they've been able to shoot tonight. Being able to get those to drop. But Brennan used to playing in the paint. McShane can draw him to the outside. And you're thinking that's a possibility to open up some offensive rebound opportunities for the Eagles.
35 seconds to go, first quarter. And West Deptford come up with a loose ball. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Eagles may look for the final shot here. That's Shoulders.
Remember, this is where guard play is so important. You got Schultes, you got Greenwald who can handle the basketball. Very difficult to force a turnover in this situation.
Shoulders with a 3, no good. Brennan with another rebound. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The score, West Deptford 15 and Sterling 14. We'll be back after this. Well, we expected a tight one when we've got one. West Deptford up by a point as we begin second quarter play. Bob Shryock on with Shawn Leary. West Deptford sticking in that 2-1-2 zone.
They kind of expected this type of game, Bob. Real close, probably a seesaw game. I'm not too sure if either team will go out and make a huge run.
Greenwald with the rebound.
Joe Melendez is checked into the game along with Jordan Smith.
And Melendez acrobatic shot missed, but a foul on the play as Gunning will go to the line.
There's R.J. Page. That's his dad. Center front. You always see his dad at so many different games, and R.J. will come out, and this is what type of... Yeah, when you see a kid like that who's going to come out and spend a lot of time in the gyms, you can just tell he's a kid that just loves to be around the game. And he's a terrific shooter. And give Kingsway credit. Boy, how about Georgie Pisani coming from Washington Township? Has done a nice job there as head coach. Kingsway having an outstanding season. Find themselves in the playoffs. Knocked off Williamstown the other night. Big win for RJ and his friends.
Gunning got 1 out of 2.
They're now tied for the Rural Division lead, Bob, with 2 losses. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that expected Kingsway to be able to compete this year for the Rural title.
Easy layup by Taylor gives Sterling the lead again at 17-15. West Deptford getting a little sloppy handling the ball. A 3-on-2 for the Knights. Bud with the rebound. I'm sorry, McShane did that before.
Talking going on right now with Taylor and McShane. Taylor, I don't think he liked the elbows from McShane and just was explaining it to him, I think.
Greenwald drawing the double team again. He's fouled.
So you can see there's a couple of turnovers for West Deptford. Sterling almost equaling there.
Yeah, and West Deptford with back-to-back turnovers on the last 2 possessions.
Taylor might have got bumped on the knee too. He on that play, trying to play a little aggressive, taking out a little frustration on Greenwald. Might have got the worst of that though.
Smith gets his own rebound. This by McShane.
That's his second foul.
One timeout with 5:57 to play and a half, and West Deptford now trailing by 2. West Deptford yet to score here in the second quarter. Shawn, I got a trivia question for you. Who is the only player in the game for West Deptford whose grandfather draws an NBA pension?
On the West Deptford, let's see, I want to go with about that. I'm going to say Ed Garrity.
No.
No, all right, never mind. I was going to say Ed Garrity.
How about that Pat Budd, number 42? Dave Budd is his granddad.
Oh, all right.
Owns Gloucester County Packing Company and played for the New York Knicks. Was in the game the night Wilt scored 100 points in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
I should have guessed that one. I don't know how I missed that one. I didn't know about Dave Budd.
Dave Budd also one of the finest players ever to play at Woodbury High School and Wake Forest.
Kind of a quiet guy, though, right?
Very quiet guy. Very unassuming guy. One of the nicest people I know, Dave Budd and White Lois, are here today.
Coach Leary. But I think he's done a nice job with this program this year. A lot of young kids, some talent, and has really been able to get some depth on this team by allowing some of these young kids to get some minutes. See Jordan Smith pull down the rebound. He's the younger brother, Zach Smith. Zach, a terrific tight end for the football team, and Clyde Folsom. Good athlete all around. In fact, we had the local reality show we've had a couple years ago. Zach Smith was the winner of that in Gloucester County. He was the standout.
Double team of Greenwald totally taking away his outside shot, Shawn.
Yeah, nice.
Good job by Melendez. We're tied at 17. They steal Melendez against Brennan. Blocked nicely by Brennan. Wide open for the layup is McShane, and West Deptford back in front, 19-17. Albanese is fouled, and he'll have 2 shots.
Bob Albanese is really the true leader for this team. His whole team really respects this guy. He's probably the best off-the-ball defender, 6'1" senior. Yeah, he'll just do everything for you. He'll get a couple points, couple rebounds, couple assists, couple steals.
Albanese hits the first, one more to tie it.
Real good baseball player as well, Albanese.
19-19, 4:55 left in the half. Schultes, full court pressure. They get it into Greenwald. They got a 3-on-2. Greenwald takes it to the hoop, suspends himself in the air and hits the bucket. 21-19 West Deptford. Brennan gets the basket. And we're tied again. That's the 5th tie, 21-21.
Setting the player some contact with Melendez and Brennan down low. Melendez trying to draw the charge on that play. Doesn't get the call.
Well, Greenwald's really working tonight, didn't he, Shawn?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're going to see from pretty much every opponent is they know as Greenwald goes, this West Deptford team will go. They try to man him up, but he's just so smooth and fluid with the basketball, Bob. He's got great handling skills, and he's creative, very creative with the basketball. He's able to, again, make his teammates better.
Brennan nearly has it stolen. Good job by Shoulders. It'll be West Deptford ball. Great hustle by Shoulders as they surrounded Brennan and took the ball away from him.
That's a big play, especially where you look at a close game. Every possession going to count. Steal there, being able to get the timeout. You like the hustle by the 4-year starter, a 3-sport athlete. He plays soccer and lacrosse. He's 6th in his class rank. Shoulders just a great kid. You love to have that type of a kid in your program. A good leader just by example.
Well, we thought this would be tight, Shawn. We've had 5 ties already.
I mean, Sterling's not going to back down. They'd like to play the role of spoiler and prohibit West Deptford. And Bill Hiltner's a coach that, he's an athletic director there, but he's a no-nonsense guy. He's not a guy that has 525 wins because he's a soft coach. And he demands that his team's going to play well and continue to and try to improve. They don't make the playoffs, but they're not going to cry about it. They'll just come out and work hard the next game, try to get a win.
Brennan really dominating the boards.
I'll tell you what, there's some programs in Group 2, Bob, that's breathing a sigh of relief. Because this team is starting to play some really good basketball. Collingswood, they're one of the best teams in Group 2, and they took them to the wire, losing, again, by just the 1 point on a buzzer beater. With, I think, 4 seconds left, they got the shot up, won the game. Otherwise, Sterling would be competing with a 500 record today. With a win, they would have been in the playoffs.
Shoulders has it stripped away, gets it back. Brennan blocks that one. Good job by Shoulders getting into the corner. Fall away shot, banked home. Acrobatic shot by Greenwald, who has 8 points, 23-21 West Deptford. West Deptford with the ball and a 2-point lead. Greenwald has really had to work for his points today. McShane, no good.
I like McShane's shot, but I know his first step was to go backward because you want to get back on defense. But there's an opportunity where he might have been able to follow that shot and get his own rebound.
3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by McShane. Greenwald has 2 players chasing him all over the floor. He's a good player. He can handle the ball really well.
I think they're going to call Chris Ward with a foul there. It's his first of the game. Albanese going to come out now. Blackwell come back in. Blackwell, a junior. Jaheim Taylor, a junior. Ward, a junior. Palmer's a sophomore. Keith Palmer, probably their best defender.
Shoulders shot comes up short. Sterling with the ball down by 2. Good by
That's good.
Gunning with the basket. Tied again, 6 ties.
Gunning can shoot. He was a shooting guard, Bob.
Oh, what a shot by Gunning. Does it count? By Greenwald. Greenwald's shot counts, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
2-4 is fearless. Yeah, he's a little guy. He'll get banged around. You like to see that from these point guards or the shooting guards that can handle the ball. He's a guy that can shoot, but also has worked on his game to be able to dribble and penetrate. A lot of kids, Bob, nowadays, again, with that shooting, everyone wants to shoot the three. A lot of kids don't work on that as much. You get a guy like Greenwald, it really shows on the court when you have a kid who's going to work on his ball handling skills and create on his own.
Got 11, 26-23.
Go a little trap, make Sterling work, try and force a turnover. But Gunning with the basketball, again, a shooting guard, so him converting to the point, a very unselfish act by the young man to start the season.
Three-pointer nailed nicely.
That's Blackwell, the 6'1" junior, hitting that three to drop. Nice look at the basket. Another tie game.
So Blackwell creates the 7th tie with his three-pointer, and we have timeout with 49.8 seconds to go in the half. Sterling comes up with a loose ball. 40 seconds. Good ball game. No basket. So West Deptford may want to play for the final shot of the half. 27.9 seconds to go. Tied at 26. That's 7 turnovers both ways, Shawn.
Yep. Tony Mitchell going to come into the game. Another solid shooter for West Deptford.
And Greenwald loses it out of bounds, so Sterling now with a chance to get off the final shot of the half. Ten seconds. West Deptford with a chance. McShane. Good! Just before the half by Mitchell, just in the ball game for West Deptford, and that gives the Eagles a 28-26 halftime lead. We'll be back with second half action right after this. Halftime stats. West Deptford and Sterling, Shawn.
Yeah, pretty similar to one another. You have the couple extra three-pointers for West Deptford, converting on 3 of 9. Sterling struggling a little bit from the outside, 1 of 6. Rebounds are pretty similar. A couple extra for the West Deptford. That's a good sign for the Eagles. Lacking the size to hang with Brennan. Even Taylor, you look at him, a wide body, but 8 turnovers for both teams. Sterling hitting a couple free throws. The difference is Mitchell's shot at the end of the half put West Deptford in front. Greenwald with 11 points. McShane with a couple of three-pointers, 7 points. Brennan and Taylor with 6. Gunning with 5. Albanese with 4. Shelby's mixing in there with the Eagles at 6 points. So balanced scoring for Sterling. Greenwald affected by driving into the lane, getting a couple of short jumpers go down. And West Deptford really hasn't Hasn't made too many mistakes except for throwing the ball around and getting a couple turnovers, but when they're able to set up in their half-court offense, they've done a nice job, got some good looks. You see Hiltner there instructing some of his players on the bench, not happy.
That was a quick foul against Sterling.
That was Palmer.
Good dish off by Greenwald. And McShane misses a shot from the corner. He's got a new number now, 52. He had 34 in the first half, but blood on his jersey. The officials made him change his jersey. And Brennan with the easy basket. We're tied again. That's 8 ties, 28-28. Greenwald still with that double team, works it in, dishes out nicely. And McShane misses again. The rebound by Palmer for Sterling. They have a chance to recapture the lead.
I think you're all right with both of those shots by McShane. Getting a couple to drop earlier in the game. And he had good looks in both of those shots, just not able to get it to go down.
Greenwald in the open court. Pulls up nice and hits the jumper, and 30-28 West Deptford. He hadn't had many shots tonight, but he hadn't missed many, Shawn.
Yeah, that's like a layup for him, that little jumper right there. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Good job on the baseline by Palmer. The 9th tie, 30-30.
But he steps through extremely well. You can't double team him because he's so quick with the basketball. McShane not afraid. I like this kid. I mean, he's going to come out, and sometimes you get a guy who's kind of hesitant after he misses a couple. McShane just comes up firing with confidence in himself in a big game, wanting the basketball and wanting to get the shot. It would give the Eagles now a 3-point lead again.
33-30, McShane with 10. Be a blocking foul against Schultes.
That probably could have gone either way. Schultes coming up smiling, but might have drew the charge. Palmer throwing a shoulder into his chest. Nonetheless, that's his first foul.
Ooh. Offensive foul on Palmer.
Comes up a little slow. They need him in the game. I mean, again, he's the best defender on the ball for Sterling. He's going to have to stay with Greenwald. You want him healthy throughout this game.
McShane again. And he hits it again. He's got 13. West Deptford with its biggest lead, 36-30. And Greenwald creating those opportunities for McShane.
And again, I mean, we talked about this earlier in the game. Brennan not able to get out on him, and he's just able to fire away from the three-point range. When he's making the shot, that could draw Brennan now. He might have to go outside, a place where he's a little uncomfortable. You might be able to get some offensive putbacks as well. People crash in the net. That might benefit Melendez.
Brennan was fouled. Sterling down by 6, its largest deficit. Nice job on the inbounds pass by the West Deptford defense. There's Eagle ball. McShane with two big threes back-to-back to break the 30-30 tie.
He's a good outside shooter, plays on emotion, averages about 12 points, a good rebound. I mean, he does a lot of things well. You can see that three-point shooting. McShane here, 2 of 4 in the second half.
Greenwald forced that one a little bit. He hadn't done that much tonight, but forced that one. But Sterling turns it over. It'll be West Deptford ball. 5:26 to play third quarter. The Eagles by 6. Battling to make the playoffs. They need a win. Simple as that.
I really think that for the experience of some of these guys with Greenwald and some of the younger players, making the playoffs would be very beneficial. The experience.
West Deptford makes a defensive mistake. They had nobody back. Easy layup for Palmer, 36-32.
Schultes was complaining on that he got elbowed right in the chest. He did. No call. I think the officials missed that. He took an elbow. transition baskets for Sterling.
Mitchell back in for West Deptford. He had the buzzer beater at the first half to give the Eagles the halftime lead.
Melendez getting looked at by the trainer.
It'd be a foul against Taylor, kind of an unnecessary foul.
Yeah, Taylor's a football player. He's a running back, a linebacker, and he's used to playing aggressive. And sometimes, he'll be going for the ball and he'll get that big body and get a couple of cheap fouls because of that reason. It's not anything that he's just playing that style of game. That's an athlete that he is, and he's going to get a couple of fouls a game like that.
The fouls beginning to mount against Sterling with the double team on Greenwald, resulting in a lot of fouls.
And he's a good free throw shooter. I mean, you get them in foul trouble now, and you have an opportunity to get to the line on those cheap away from the basket fouls.
Sorry, you're right. They already have 16 fouls against Sterling in this quarter. Only 2 West Deptford. Schulte's good. 3-pointer. 39-32. 7-point lead is West Deptford's largest.
Bombs away for the Eagles. They are getting very good looks from that 3-point line. Sterling's going to have to jump out.
Nice job by Blackwell for the basket. 39-34. Greenwald down the lane. Good block by Brennan. Nice defensive job by Brennan as Greenwald tried to go to the foul.
Trying to give him the stare down, trying to get into his head a little bit, be intimidating. And I think he needs to do that. You got to try and negate what Greenwald's able to do going to the basket. One of the ways is you try to, even though the kid's fearless, you try to make him think twice or maybe alter a shot. And that's where Brennan can come into play and have an effect on this game, is just come in, try to block a couple shots, alter a couple shots, then grab rebounds. Even if he's not scoring on the offensive end, try and force Greenwald to adjust. The thing about that, though, Bob, is one of the things you look at Greenwald's game is he's so good using his body and being creative with his shots. It's very difficult.
Using his body, right.
And he's not scared. I mean, he will go in against some of the bigger and better players in the Colonial Conference in South Jersey, which makes it almost impossible to try and intimidate the kid.
He's only a junior.
Yeah, he's a good-looking basketball player. And last year as a sophomore, he really started to come on and make a name for himself. We saw that with the guy we have in the house tonight with R.J. Page. Now Page, a senior, leading his team. It's one of the better teams in the Royal Division, tied at the top with Williamstown. They have a big game this week against Deptford. Deptford, a 3-loss team inside the division.
Shane dismissing. Rebound by Brennan, and he is fouled on the rebound effort. Brennan's done a nice job on the boards in this game.
Yeah, he's a nice player. He had 38 points, 15 rebounds against Audubon earlier in the year, and he had 18 and 16 against Lindenwold. He showed flash of greatness throughout this season, but the problem just hasn't been consistent. They really think that broken nose early in the season really bothered him.
Miscommunication there as Gunning looked for Brennan inside. Brennan wasn't looking. Full court pressure by the Knights. And McShane again, and he hits another one. Boy, he is hot. 42-34, 8-point lead. Nice shot by Blackwell, 42-36.
Yeah, you see Blackwell's good in the open court. He's a finisher. Again, a junior. They're going to count on him for some scoring next year.
And good job. The shot hit by Court. And it's 44-36, 3:14 to play in the third quarter. Brennan wide open inside. That shouldn't happen. He'll get the easy layup. 44-38.
Well, Greenwell just keeps ticking, doesn't he? He just doesn't run out of energy. He's going to run the ball down court.
Errant pass, breakaway opportunity for the Knights. Easy layup for Blackwell again. And it's 44-40, so a 9-point lead has become a 4-point lead. Greenwald pulls up, oh boy. He hits that floater about as well as anybody I've seen in a while, Shawn. Good job, 46-40.
He just has the answers, doesn't he? Sterling cuts in the lead, gets it to 4. He comes down and takes on everybody in the blue and is able to get that lead back up to 6.
He'll foul off the ball, and it'll be West Deptford ball with 2:15 to play in the third. 46-40. West Deptford with the lead.
He's no dummy either, Bob. I mean, this is a smart kid, terrific basketball player. Hopes to get his 1,000th point this year. But he's got a 4.5 GPA on a 5.0 scale. Great kid, great future.
And here's Pat Budd. Pat trying to get in the scoring column. West Deptford already in the 1-on-1. He misses, it'll be...
See, the Knights, when they're getting the opportunities, but they're not turning the ball over. They're having a lot of success. 7 of 8 from the floor. Eagles 7 of 13. Also, Sterling from the line perfect so far this quarter, 4 for 4. Difference right now in that lead, though, is West Deptford 3 of 6 from beyond the 3-point line.
7 for 8, and they've lost on their... They were down by 2, now they're down by 6.
4 of 7 from the 3-point line this quarter. McShane with 3 of those. I have to start calling him McFlame, Bob. He's on fire from the outside.
Albany's wide open and doesn't take the shot.
Yeah, it could have been a call to walk on Blackwell.
Well, there's a good offensive rebound and a putback. No good. But Sterling trying to keep it in play. That'll be a Sterling foul. 1:26 to play. Fast-paced third quarter. And West Deptford already in a 1-on-1 situation.
To the line for West Deptford, number 52, Charlie McShane.
McShane, who's had a blistering third quarter, wearing the different number this half.
Think he wants to get in the playoffs? He's diving on the floor. Taking the 3-pointers again now. This is where the fouls come into play.
He got 17. And it's 47-40.
You get a foul, just for a loose ball foul. You're hustling for the basketball. And because of the foul situation now, they're able to get a couple of looks at some free throws. A junior, starting third baseman for the baseball team.
Another rebound for the Knights, who trail by 7. Minute 20 to go in the third. There'll be a foul call wrapping Brennan with McShane.
That's fine. You're okay with that foul because that's the 15th foul, and that would have been 2 points for Brennan.
They get it into Brennan, but stripped away nicely. Down to shoulders. What a great individual effort on the play by McShane. And West Deptford hustling all over the floor in this one. Battling to make the playoffs, and doing a heck of a job of it.
I'll tell you what, if West Deptford goes on to win this game, although Greenwald will probably have more points. McShane so far has been the MVP of this game. He has just been relentless going after every loose ball. Tony Mitchell coming in, the senior, going to be fouled. He probably got whacked probably from the front more from McShane going after the loose ball from the backside on Gunning, but Gunning going to have to sit now, Bob. That's his 4th foul. That's tough because they don't have the luxury of depth at that point guard position. This is a shooting guard that's playing point guard now, forced to sit to the bench. Blackwell's going to have to be relied upon heavily.
Long three, no good. Brennan tries to tip it. Good offensive board. But West Deptford with a 2-on-1.
Brennan's hurt, Bob. Brennan's really in a lot of pain right now with his knee. Looked like he grabbed the back of his leg, but it might have been that.
Oh, he's hurt. That's a shame. Here's the concern for Jack Brennan, who's played so well.
He might have came down on somebody's shoe and just turned that left ankle. Looking at it right now and trying to work on it.
His loss would be major.
Right now she's just feeling around that, make sure that, looking for, make sure the bones are on the right places and it's just a sprain.
Well, we'll see him again, Shawn.
Nah, this guy, that's a shame too. He's a good kid and he's had a rough go of it with a broken nose. Yeah, he's gonna sit him down, have him.
So Green replacing Brennan. He has a tall task ahead of him. Mitchell at the line with a 1-on-1.
Yeah, anybody who's played basketball knows that pain. The turning your ankle. West Deptford fans.
West Deptford in the two-shot situation now.
Nigel Green went up for the rebound. West Deptford fans giving him a cheer.
Missed them both. Rebound by Albanese. 20 seconds to go in third. Green, good job. Has it stripped away. 6.7 seconds. And West Deptford ball, a chance to get the final shot of the quarter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Boy, he is the best I've seen in a long time at suspending himself. Gets a big basket. West Deptford tying its biggest lead, 49-40. 8 minutes to play. We'll be back. West Deptford with a 9-point lead as we start fourth quarter action. Shawn, Leary, Bob Shryock at West Deptford High School. And Sterling without its big man in the game, Jack Brennan, is a tall task. Bud doing a good job stripping it away. But West Deptford hustling all over the floor, Shawn. Three-pointer, no good. Green gets a rebound. And then Green loses the pass from Palmer. So West Deptford with a chance for its first double-digit lead if it can score in this possession.
Bud was wide open. Greenwood couldn't find him, being double-teamed.
West Deptford wisely using some time off the clock. 9-point lead. Dangerous pass. And Albany's with a loose ball for West Deptford. For Sterling.
See field goals in the game. The
Both
Eagles
teams
20
shooting 50%. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, but there it is. There's the difference in the game right now. Is a 3-point shooting in West Deptford. But Blackwell just can't buy one right now.
McShane called for the foul. And Blackwell will bring it in for the Knights, who trail by 9. Stolen by West Deptford again. Turnovers hurting both teams, particularly Sterling.
Yeah, they really struggle now with Gunning not on the court. Again, they really didn't have a true point guard on this team.
Albany's with the ball for Sterling. And Schulte's with the foul. And that'll send Brennan's replacement, Nigel Green, to the line. 1-and-1 opportunity for Green, and they need points, down by 9.
Yeah, they sure do. With Gunning on the bench with the 4 fouls, Brennan sidelined with the injury. They're going to need to find some baskets, maybe in transition. And they're going to have to force West Deptford and hope that they miss some outside shots, but maybe force a couple turnovers.
Mitchell, back in Greenwald's hands. Good pass, easy basket, Schulte's. But Greenwald makes the play with that. Being suspended in midair and dishing off. First double-digit lead for the Eagles, 51-40. And another steal. Boy, those Eagles are hustling all over the court.
Yeah, again, the lack of a point guard, somebody not able to handle the basketball, really hurting Sterling.
Nice steal by Palmer in the basket, 51-42. Still time for Sterling. 5:11 to play, timeout.
I wonder how long they're going to hold off with Gunning here. 5:11 left. They're going to get the point guard back into the game as soon as they can. Probably get him in here. Wow, Hilton throws his. Throws a sheet to the floor. He says he called a 30, and he was extremely upset. I like the patience of the ref right there. He didn't tee him up.
Didn't overreact.
Yeah, Bill, they just lost a tough game Thursday night. They lost by 1. The Collingswood would have had a chance. Frustrations. You think they come out in this game a little chippy. And here Brennan goes down with an injury. You got Gunning in foul trouble. The ref does a nice job there. Just.
Bill Hilton's had an amazing career at Sterling. Shawn, 525 career wins. 30th year.
But Hiltner, he was upset. He was pretty. He threw his shoot down. You see
with an edge in every
21.
quarter.
Yeah, 21-14 was the big one in that third quarter. 3-point shooting, the story. McShane, the hot hand in that quarter, hit a few outside shots. It's giving West Deptford a lead here, and got to give West Deptford also credit, forcing Sterling into more turnovers here in the second half. Excuse me.
Greenwald with another great move in a basket, 53-42.
I said earlier that this kid he just doesn't look like a top-flight basketball player with the ball in his hands, just because it seems so easy to him. He's not a guy that's explosive. We saw Nevin Potts last week for Clearview, and he would just go faster than everyone else on the court. He's just tremendous speed. But you see, with Greenwald, it's not like he's just just blowing by everyone. He just uses his body so effectively. And with the basketball in his hands, he can go to both sides, go to both hands. He's able to be creative with his shots. And it's just so much fun to watch a guy like that who is using what God-given talents that he has. It may not be at the level of somebody else's, but he uses what his tools are extremely well.
Taylor hits 1 of 2.
By no stretch, I don't want to make him seem like he's not a good athlete, because he's a very good athlete, but he's just a smart kid that uses every ounce of talent that he has to the best. And that's what you want to see if you're a coach, just a lover of sports. You love seeing the kids use everything that they have to become a better athlete, a better player in whatever sport it is.
He is amazing. 55-43. Tremendous play again by Greenwald. He's foul, has a chance for a three-point play.
Showing some emotion now, number 2-4. Trying to put this one away, get his team into the playoffs. 5'11" junior.
He's tough, Shawn. He's a tough player. Point lead. That's West Deptford's biggest. 4:11 to go. West Deptford that close to making the NJSIAA playoff. Good hustle again by McShane. Ooh, what an individual effort by Taylor. 56-45.
Good no call that time. There wasn't much contact there. Shelly just fell back trying to draw the charge. Good body control also.
He's just taking over the game now, 58-45. 26 for Greenwald.
Running back in the game, a good look for Taylor. We needed that one to go.
Taylor fouled. He'll go to the line. Greenwald has showed me something in this game, Shawn. Didn't take a whole lot of shots in the first half with the double team. He dished off, satisfied to do that, but he's really taking charge here scoring-wise in the second half.
I might have to change my MVP. 2-3 was McShane, but fourth quarter, it's been the Greenwald show.
3:20 to play.
Still love what McShane brought to this game.
There's McShane, no good. Good offensive board to miss. Bud with a nice job inside, couldn't get it to go. Jump ball. And it'll stay in West Deptford's possession.
But that time he was a little too far underneath the basket. I thought he could just go up with it. He needed to go up with the left hand, get the kiss off the glass and get it to go, but not able to do so. They still retain possession. 13-point lead for the Eagles here, 3 minutes left.
And McShane will go to the line with 2 shots. 3:03 to go. 13-point West Deptford lead. They led by 2 at the half.
You know, I don't know if Leary mentioned this, Bob, but we saw in the first possession of West Deptford in the first possession of the fourth quarter, it looked like they were going to really try to hold the basketball and try to get as much time off the clock as possible to start the quarter. And you thought, you know, it wasn't a good shot really for him. And I don't know if Leary said something, but he told his team to stay aggressive, or his team has stayed aggressive here in the fourth quarter. That's the way they were able to get this lead. And I think that was a good move, not to get too conservative early in the quarter. And it's worked for him. Greenwald's gone to the basket, tried to create offense, put the pressure on Sterling. Now up by 15 of them. Very good chance to get into the playoffs. Be difficult for Sterling to come back. They don't have the outside shooting or the defense to be able to get back into this one.
So timeout with 2:52 to play, and West Deptford with a commanding 60-45 lead. And I believe Bill Hiltler is sent the reserves in, Shawn.
It might be that time of the game for him.
A little white flag time, maybe?
Yeah, you got Brennan, who's going to graduate. You have Gunning, who's going to graduate. Albanese, another one of the starters. You got some of these young players, and to get them some extra minutes in a varsity basketball game where they can get familiar with, a little bit with West Deptford. It's a young team who will be coming back. A lot of its players next year. So you get some of these guys some good minutes, and they've done that so far. Some of these young players like Hassan Blackwell. Of course, Markeith Palmer's already a starter, and along with Taylor.
The West Deptford ball. Sterling needs a minor miracle to pull this one out, down by 15 with just 2:52 to go. But they'll continue the full court pressure.
This isn't a West Deptford program either. Bob, they're used to winning league titles and getting into the playoffs. Yeah, they've always had some decent teams. Their only conference championship was 95-96. You have so many different banners up here in the gymnasium. You look at boys basketball right by the scoreboard there, and it's kind of lonely there with just the one conference championship. Leary would like to add to that. Certainly with McShane coming back next year and Greenwald. And they have a solid nucleus.
Technical foul being shot here. McShane. One more.
I didn't see who that was on or what it was for.
No. Gets the bounce in the second one, 61-45, and it'll be West Deptford ball at midcourt. So it looks like this one almost in the bag for West Deptford.
They'll take some time off the clock now. Mitchell. Being bumped by Greg Visconti, excuse me.
They're going to call a push-off, I believe, against Mitchell. And West Deptford subs coming in as well, so apparently both coaches feel this one is a W in West Deptford's ledger.
Some hugs, congratulations going on. These West Deptford players that Eagles are going to go to the playoffs. If they can just hold on here with 2:31. Jordan Smith, sophomore, wearing the brace on his leg. He'll be a returner that I think West Deptford will be excited about coming back in.
West Deptford turns it over, Sterling ball. Chris Ward for the Knights. Green with the rebound and a nice putback. Good job by Nigel Green. 61-47, 2 minutes to play. His first basket. And Sterling will go to the sidelines after the West Deptford timeout.
Hiltner's had some pretty good basketball players over the years too. Just look at what he has right now in college with Matty Sosna over at Widener. He's 6'3", 6'4" center who's starting there. Kid who we saw a couple times play football, Arthur Ellis, an explosive running back and quarterback there. He bounced around different positions. He's at Dean Junior College in the Boston area. Mike DeShields, he was a point guard here last year. He's at Lackawanna Community College. And remember Ernest Turner a few years ago when played UNLV.
Yeah.
He was an outstanding one. He went to Maine. He transferred to Maine. And I believe he just tried out at Germany. There were some problems there. He kind of made the team, but then there were some problems, some issues. And had to come back to this area. But he still has aspirations of trying to play and continue his career. He'd love to do it right here in the United States, or if he has to go abroad. The boy Ernest Turner, he was a real good one here for Sterling.
Minute 30 to go. Nice shot by the West Deptford reserves using some time off the clock.
Chris Ward going up into the stands for that one. Well, there's just some empty seats. They'd be able to get a seat. Kind of surprised early on. There wasn't a whole lot of support early for West Deptford. Then a couple fans jumped in. Sterling didn't bring too much because of the probably the limitations of this team now that the playoffs are out of sight. West Deptford kids, they showed up though. They got a nice group behind the bench.
I think the West Deptford team could go a little deep into the playoffs a game or two. What do you think, Shawn?
It's, you know, I mean, you get in there, anything can happen. They do have the star power with Greenwald. Depending what their matchup will be, obviously you need to have a good on-the-ball defender with Greenwald. He's a guy that's difficult to defend, and again, it's very, you've even seen how they double team. You double team him, he'll step through the double team as good as anybody that I've seen at this level, and especially for a junior, young kid. And he's able to step through that and get the ball to his teammates and get opportunities for them. Just look at, I mean, they beat Sterling earlier in the year, which was a nice victory for him.
I think there might have been a missed call here.
Couple of cheerleaders, a fan there having a good time watching the Eagles.
Long three hit nicely by Ward. 61 to 50, 1 minute to play. Going by Green, 2-on, 3-on-1. Oh, behind his back in the basket. Oh, that's Brennan's replacement. What a play by the big man. 61-52, you got 4.
Where's that been all year?
I don't know.
Nigel coming in throwing skills. Big guy, 6'4".
Britt to the line for West Deptford with 2 shots.
Yeah, right now West Deptford, well, they got to be excited. You got crowds are probably, you know, they've had some good crowds. Let me say, I don't want to bust on the West Deptford fans because they've had some really good crowds here. Last week they had a couple big games and nice crowds in the house. But the girls' team's going pretty well. With Jenna Lindsay, they're in the playoffs. The wrestling squad, they're 14-2. They lost a couple tough ones against Collingswood last week, but they're 14-4, I believe, going into Saturday's action.
62-54. Green's had a good job off the bench replacing Brennan. Not 6 points for him.
Bowling team hasn't been that great, but you had Mike Carbone, a transplanted football player, bowling at 299. I think Rich Massey's the best bowler. They have a couple good bowlers there, swimming. Decent team. Good programs here in the winter for the West Deptford Eagles.
Double dribble, it'll be Sterling ball. 18.4 seconds. It's only an 8-point game. It's too late for Sterling. They could get it down to a couple of points.
Again, get the young guys some minutes, give them some action. A couple seniors out there too.
Sterling ball. 9.3 seconds. 8-point West Deptford lead. 3-pointer missed. Garrity with the ball. 2 seconds. And that'll do it. West Deptford makes the playoffs. West Deptford 62, Sterling 54. We'll be back with some interviews after this. Final score, West Deptford 62, Sterling 54. The Eagles in the playoffs. Really, it came down to a one-game season for you today, didn't it, Pat?
Unfortunately, we didn't want it to come down to the Saturday, but we wasted some opportunities early on in the year. We've been a little inconsistent, but the guys did a great job tonight. They handled the pressure well, shot the ball well, so as long as we get the win, it's a good thing.
The coach, you got to see, love them diving all over the floor for the loose balls like they were today.
Yeah, we did a great job today. We had a bad week about a week ago where we just kind of got out of sync a little bit, and we had a better week this week. We're playing better, and hopefully we now getting into the playoffs that'll give us better practices, give us momentum towards the end of the season. So,
first time I've had a chance to see you, and AJ, of course, put on quite a show again. He's had a great season, I know, but he handles that double team pressure about as well as anybody I've seen.
Yeah, and we've seen a variety of defenses this year. A lot of triangle and twos, a lot of different things just to stop him. And he does a great job against it. And tonight, there was a lot of pressure on him, and he handled it. He was strong with the basketball. He made good decisions with it. He found the open man, and we got a lot of open shots as a result of it. So that's why we won.
Did you teach him how to suspend his body in midair like that?
Yeah, I'm a little better at it than he is. All right? But, it's natural ability. You can't teach a kid that.
7 for 17 from three-point land tonight. That's pretty good.
Yeah, when we shoot well, we're tough. When we don't shoot well, we can look pretty bad. Because you can tell we don't have a whole lot of size. So, we're more of a perimeter-oriented team. And the games where we've come out and shot the ball well and defended, we've won. So tonight was one of those nights, fortunately.
It wasn't easy going up against the Bill Hiltner team in a game you had to win, because he's one of the really great coaches, I guess, ever in good. South Jersey.
Yeah, he's really good. And again, you can't play man-to-man against them because they're always disciplined and they run great offenses. And so, beating him this year was the first time we'd beaten him in a while in our previous game. And so to beat him again today is special. So,
well, Pat, congratulations and good luck in the playoffs.
All right, thank you.
Sean?
Yeah, I'm with two stars of the game. Well, first, we're going to talk to the Thief, who had 5 steals today, Mike Schultes. This is a great feeling for you, right? As senior, this is your chance to get into the playoffs. Obviously, didn't want to be denied as a senior. Just tell me the feeling of being able to get this last win.
Well, it was huge. I mean, as a senior, I really want to make the playoffs, and we've made it last year. So we're trying to start a program just like all the other sports here, like soccer and football, try and keep a tradition of making the playoffs every year.
How important was it to try and play good defense? Again, the 5 steals an indication of how well you play. But against a team like Sterling, who's played well lately, defense real key, and trying to get some of them transition, get the ball in the 2 guards' hands, and do some different things that way.
Well, I mean, AJ and Charlie usually handle the scoring. So, I mean, lately we've been getting up a lot of points. So I know how to. Coach Leary told me to come out and play hard defense, and we had to stop them in order to make the playoffs.
Kind of in this situation last year, so kind of familiar with this role of trying to win late. Last year, I think you were up a couple of games, but still, knowing late you need to win a couple of games near the cutoff. How did that help you from coming in the last couple of years?
Well, last year, I mean, with the experience of playing in these tight games, definitely helped us out this year. We had a young squad, but I mean, Charlie and AJ and me, we were all in those games last year, so that experience really helps us.
Congratulations to you as a senior. And AJ, the story tonight, 24 points for you, driving the ball to the basket. It didn't seem like even double teams were able to stop you. Also, I noticed fighting through some of the double teams and getting through them, making passes to your teammates. That's something, how do you work on stuff like that? Because a lot of guys just continuously shoot anymore behind the three-point line.
I don't know. I guess it's through experience. I mean, in practice, we go over all different kind of defenses that we're going to face because with Charlie being able to shoot and then me and Schultz, they throw out all different kinds of defenses. And we've just been able to go over some in practice, and it's been really able to help me be able to get out of double teams and all different kinds of things.
Were you, as a little kid, a guy who always had the basketball in your hands and dribbling it around and trying to just be a good ball handler? How do you become a good ball handler?
Yeah, pretty much. I would play basketball my whole life. I used to play with my brother who's 5 years older than me. I think that's what really helped me out. I got used to playing with people that were bigger and stronger, and that really helped me out now.
How important was it to get these seniors into the playoffs for you? Saying I got to give one for you guys. Hopefully someone will do that when you're a senior. Probably you'll be able to do that yourself, but being able to get those guys into the playoffs had to be big for you as well.
Yeah, it was really important. It's 2 years in a row. We really wanted to get it for the seniors. It's just really important. Our seniors are really fun to play with. They're really good leaders, and we just felt like we needed to get it for them.
Well, congratulations to you. Best of luck in the playoffs. Obviously, someone that's going to be difficult to guard come playoff time, Bob. But you look at this team, and boy, you got this kid who can shoot and also penetrate the lane. You got shooters like McShane who can rebound well. They got all the pieces. Those complementary players need to be able to do what they need to do in the playoffs. To rebound, get some steals like Schultes did today. But I think we talked about it in the open. is Greenwald not only getting his own shot, but creating opportunities for other people. It's going to be that much more important to do that in the playoffs.
I was impressed today, Shawn. This is a game West Deptford had to win, playing against a legendary coach in South Jersey. They dove for every loose ball. They played well.
Yeah, I think that was really inspired by McShane. I mean, I thought he played in a magnificent game, a really spirited and emotional effort by him. And if you had to look at these guys did a terrific job with Schultes and Greenwald, but I thought the energy that McShane brought to the court was just unmatched by any player, including anybody on Sterling. Every loose ball, it seemed like he was on the floor. He hit some key three-pointers. Remember, he missed those couple of open three-point shots in the third quarter and continued to shoot and made a couple go down. Yeah. And that type of leadership, that type of fearless play really kind of filtrates through the rest of the team in the second half. That was the story of the game. It was a shame to see Brennan go down and Gunning get into foul trouble. I think the game would have remained a little closer. But West Deptford, hey, they'll take it. They're into the playoffs. Okay. Exciting for Valerian Company.
Good working with you, Shawn.
You too, Bob.
Final score again, West Deptford 62, Sterling 54. West Deptford makes the playoffs. For Shawn, Leary, this is Bob Shryock. Thanks for watching on Comcast Cable.